my snaps, how's it going? I'm catching up on my daily commentary today. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Anyways, yesterday I actually had the privilege to interview one of my favorite author, and he's actually a good dear friend of mine, but Daniel Pink. He's the New York Times bestseller of the book Drive and his new book called When. He's also known for one of his TED Talks called Puzzle of Motivation. It's actually one of the top 10 TED Talks of all time. You need to check it out. It goes into timing and does a scientific study of how it's correlated to the rhythm of our day and through our lifetime, and how that affects our performance, our cognitive abilities, our decision making, our mood. And he explains that most people's days can be explained through a three-phase stage in a day. And he basically had said it goes a peak, trough, and a recovery phase. So the first part is positive feeling, then it goes to sort of a crash, and then there's a recovery. What I want to explain to you is what you can do to recover that sort of trough, how you can bounce back to recovery. But typically what people do is they'll either try to substitute that crash by taking a lot of caffeine. Daniel said that's okay, but he also suggested maybe you should take a nap as well. So today's post is going to be when you should be taking naps at work and what's the most effective way to do it. So NASA did a study on sleep that if you did up to 40 minutes a day in naps, you can actually improve your performance by 34%. So Daniel suggested a 4-step solution on how to make the most of your nap time with an important ingredient, which is coffee. So number 1, he said, find your trough time. Typically it's 7 hours after you wake up, which tends to be 2 to 3 p.m. Number 2 is, he says, find a peaceful environment. Those could be like a room, or it could be a nap pod, it could be your car. So once you find yourself situated and comfortable, he said the third step is to down a cup of coffee. Usually it takes around 25 minutes for the caffeine in the coffee to get into your bloodstream, and so he suggested about 200 milligrams of it. So number 4 is, he suggested that you find a timer. It could be your iPhone, it could be just alarm, but set it for 25 minutes. And so the goal is to set yourself the time where you could allow yourself 7 minutes to fall asleep. If you take a nap for less than 5 minutes, is actually not very effective, but anything that's between 10 to 20 minutes is what you're trying to shoot for. And you have to remember, when you took that cup of coffee, by 25 minutes it should have been into your stream, and you will actually be very alert when you wake up. The thing is anything that's above 30 minutes, if you sleep more than 30 minutes, you're going to experience what he calls sleep inertia, where you feel really groggy. So there's an actual term for this. Daniel actually calls this a nappuccino. Nap and a cappuccino. Anyways, if you're finding yourself pretty groggy around 2-3 p.m. and perhaps maybe coffee isn't good enough, maybe you should try this nappuccino. It might work for you. Also, try picking up his book, When. This was just only scratching the surface. I mean, there's other things in there that he talks about that can actually really help you with your sort of daily routine and how you can be performing at your top optimal peak. If you want to see the full interview, the video will be up on YouTube 2 to 3 weeks, and it's a really fascinating interview, so I'll let you know. Anyways, hope you guys learned something today, and as always, if you like a snap, please screenshot it so I can do my daily commentary. Otherwise, I'll see you later today, actually.